All right. Hello, everybody. We're back here at Long Beach Lawn Bowling Club for the Heidi Ritner Memorial Australian Pairs. We had an interesting first game this morning, won by Alex De La Garza and Angie Irwin, 12-10 over Joe Normontes and Maureen Ferris. And now we're going to have game two with Nancy Santos and Sheila Conti against Trisha Kwan and Mary Spees. They just finished with their last trial bowls. Format today is Australian pairs, which is not Australian, but at least it's pairs. So they'll roll 2 bowls and then cross over, roll 4 bowls, and then cross over for their final 2 bowls. And we're going to play 3 14-end games today. We've done one, and this is the second one. So we're starting with we've done the trials, so this is the first end here. So this is Trisha Kwan rolling the jack to her partner, Mary Spees. We're in these Captain America Red Bull shirts. Kind of a long-ish jack. Wind has picked up a little bit. It's a little cool here in the booth. It's amazing. It's nice and sunny and pretty, but that wind is just coming off the ocean. It's a little nippy. So here's Trisha Kwan's first bowl. She has these white bowls of hers. Looks like expect to see a pretty good game from these 4 ladies. And Sheila Conti with the yellow bowls. Yeah, pretty good weight by Sheila. Just again, they're going to see a lot of issues with the line here, being on this edge rink. And they're playing on this side, being the ditch hand, just having a tendency to kind of hang out. Sheila's bowls, I think, have a little more of a bias than Trisha's do. So it just kind of have a tendency to hang on out there. A little bit short, but not bad by Trisha. And see if Sheila can make a slight adjustment. Get it back online. Add a little weight. Now the ladies will cross on over. So, our crew today, we've got Steve Normontes running the cameras, Gary Barnes technical support and doing the switcher, and I'm Scott Roberts talking your ear off. Thank you all for joining us. While you're thinking about it, if you don't mind giving us a like or subscribe, that would be very helpful. The subscription especially is helpful because we're trying to boost our numbers to try and see if we can get some sponsors, and that way we could say we can reach that many. And what you get out of it doesn't cost you anything at all. And then you can get a notification of when we're going to do a broadcast to know when they're coming. So that's what you get out of it. There's Mary Spees. She's going to start with her backhand, holding 2. She really just wants to draw, build up the head. And a little short and narrow. I think you'll see a lot of bowls, especially since it's in this corner here. You're going to see a lot of bowls kind of in that quadrant of like being narrow and in the right. So Nancy Santos with the blue bowls. Pretty good opener here. Might have cut it to 1. And Mary's going to switch her over. She's got her own she could play on. I mean, both of those front bowls are hers, so even if she slips through and gets to the second shot bowl, Nancy's is okay. I guess she's not going to give it enough grass. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Maybe a little heavy, just a little overcorrection on that side. Nancy doesn't want to change much. definitely don't want to be playing that other hand, I don't think. She played that first hand pretty well. I mean, I just need to make a small adjustment. I don't even know why there's a discussion. Yeah, pretty good pull here. Just again, just a little narrow. Just the instant replay of her first one. And stick with the forehand. I think she's trying to play through. Again, trying to just get a little promotion on that front white ball would be good. She floats it around, that's good. Definitely wants to be reaching in. It's a pretty safe head. No real danger of anything, especially coming this way. Yeah, that's very nice there. Got a little rub to get in for second shot. Nancy, pretty decent weight. I don't mind the weight. Just needs just a touch more grass. It's just really hooking pretty good into this corner here. She took a little weight off, and again, still didn't get enough line for it. She's better off sticking with the weight. Well, she has kind of gotten Mary's way. I wonder if it's going to send Mary the other way. She's worried about it. She doesn't seem to be. She's going to stick with her forehand here with her fourth and finer bowl in this end. Yeah. Little unlucky there, but that was part of the danger of going that hand, is hitting that bowl. All right, Nancy's got one more. I wonder if she should probably stick to that same side she'd been playing. I don't know why you would change it. Just need to take the grass. The wind is also coming also in this way too. It's right in our faces, but it's across the green, going in the same direction of the bias of this bowl. So that's helping it turn as well, and flattening it out on the other side. So let's see how much big finish she's got here. But she definitely took more grass, so that's good. She fed up with too much grasses. That'll provide her some value and some information for later. So, and just as I say, the wind now is shifted, which is what it tends to do from Long Beach. It'll really, they've got wind socks all over the place. So it's gone from straight across, from left to right, to now cornered. And to the point of almost into the player's face directly. That's why it's always a good idea when you're playing here, especially because the winds can shift, is to always keep an eye on the windsock. The first game, and that's the other thing, is the first game, it really, the wind usually doesn't pick up until afternoon. Maybe 11:30, you'll start to see the wind come up, and now it's about 12:30 local time, and the wind's starting to pick up. Right, Trisha's technically third bowl, but first bowl in this second part of it. She's going to go on her backhand here. Trying to find this little pocket, kind of following what the opposite of what Mary was doing and kind of more what Nancy was doing. Just trying to get on the edge here, see if she can hit her own and catch it in. Yeah, not bad. A little more grass, something helpful. Well, Sheila. Just coming up a little short here. Just narrow. Weight's not too bad. Maybe just a bowl or two, but really needs to get back on that line. Trisha more grass this time. It looks like she's done that. Just wants to kind of sit on this one. Floated all the way through, a little heavy. Nancy telling Sheila she just needs to take the grass. I mean, she's been narrow, I think, with 2 of the 3. It's going to be interesting, giving it a good look here. Giving a very good look here. Is it going to stay? Great bowl. Great bowl. Good last bowl by Sheila to take the shot. And they'll draw first blood, going up 1-0 in game. Nice last bowl there by Sheila. She had the weight and then just made a nice adjustment with the line. So. Now we'll start her second end. Nancy pulling the mat out a little bit, which I think they're adjusting the distance. And I think that's what I've seen Nancy especially do, is to try and play it a little more short, medium. While I know Mary and Tricia would like to play it long, and that's kind of showed in the first end here. I think that's a little longer than Nancy wanted to throw it, but it's in. Maybe kind of a longer. She got the mat up a little bit, a few yards. So it's going to be more of a medium, long. But now it's going to be interesting because it really falls off past this tee here. And it's a little downwind in this direction. So anything, I mean, we did see bulls stop behind the jack from this line, but it's going to be a challenge for the ladies. Yeah, Nancy, and this not her best effort there. Several yards short of the first. And that door wide open for Mary. Mary's been on Team USA last couple of years. Managed to crack a way through. Enjoying her retirement after being a Laguna Beach police officer for several years and just retired over the last few years. Had a police fire department challenge, and she found the sport then and just absolutely loved it after, kind of doing traffic enforcement and watching everybody play. And then she took her hand to it, and then she just loves it, and she definitely got the bug. And Nancy with a better stroke, still fairly short. Might send Mary off to the wide hand, though. It's a little dicey over there. Kind of a few landmines in the way. Trying to play this wide hand, see if she gets the stop. Likely going to go all the way in. Yep. Yeah, with enthusiasm. So not the finest hour, but this is going to be a tough draw for all these ladies to try to get in this position where this jack is here. Actually, both these teams ended up losing their first game, which is kind of surprising. But it's sometimes the luck of the draw. All right, Sheila go first after a end-winning last bowl there. See if she can make sure that she keeps taking the grass. I wonder if she's gonna, especially if she goes to forehand. I think she's gonna go backhand here. It looks like. Yep. And she's got Nancy's bowl that she can work off. Just wanted to get good weight. Oh wow! Luckily hit the jack because that's going straight into the ditch. Kept the jack up though. I don't know if we got a good angle to see how far away that jack is from the ditch. Can't be too far away, maybe 6 inches. Kind of a little fortunate for Sheila there. Obviously, very heavy. I don't think it's necessarily what she was going for, but I'm sure she'll take it. Now they're being down. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a good look. Thanks. Gary spun the monitor around so I can see it. Yeah, you can see it's like maybe 6 inches away from the plinth in that angle. And just behind where Nancy is now. She's just kind of stood in front of the camera for us. And Tricia just kind of slid it by. can see a lot of room to draw. I mean, really what Tricia should have been doing is just trying to get second shot, just trying to get it around. And there's something to be said for, it's probably the better play is to just try and get another one for Sheila. Just, take a yard off her last. Just got to beat that one from Nancy is fine and just have it sit. The other alternative is to take the jack into the ditch, but which is great if you can get it. She's not far away. Oh, what a draw. Wow. That's incredible. To get her to stop right there just a few inches in front of the jack, that's a pretty good shot. A nice little target. I mean, now they're 3 down. Tricia really needs to get something, get something close. Maybe cut it to 1 or 2 would be good to start. There's some that would say, we'll just take the jack into the ditch, and that's an option, but you run the risk of losing a whole bundle. You might be better off getting second shot at least first, then giving it a shot. And she's going to go in the ditch again. Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, Sheila with just an absolute stunner to get it that close. I don't know if she can do it again. She doesn't even need to be that precise. Even take a yard off and just make sure you leave it up. Anything within 3 yards is another counter. You don't need to get it within 6 inches, but if she's feeling it, she does have something she could bounce off of to stop. Yes, looks very good. That's another good shot. I like that one a lot. So now that's 4. And keep putting Tricia to the test. And Tricia again coming on the forehand here. Just trying to get one to stay up, be in the area would be great. Just drifting in again. Just not helping. Even to cut it to 3 is valuable. It's just been open ceiling for Sheila. She kind of got a little fortunate with the first one, but the second was an absolute stunner. And the third one was all she needed. Really, I would like to see this fourth one be very similar to that third. Don't need to do anything past that. I think she overcooked this one a lot. She really kind of leaned into this, so let's go in the ditch. So still the crossover for the. Well, no, Tricia's got one more. My mistake. Tricia's got one more. Again, trying to keep one up. See if she can just cut it down to 1 or 2. That way she can leave it for her partner to try and give it a ride. It's a decent effort here. Trying to get it to stop. Will it stop? No, saved by the plinth. Saved by the plinth. I think she cut it to 1. Just see it just kind of rocked right on there. Trying to see, yeah, it looks like it's 1. Based on where that second, I think that second bull is on that towel. You can see that blue bull that we have on the bank, and then the towel right there, the bull that Sheila hit the jack back with is sitting on the other side of that towel. So based on that, I think Tricia fortunate. I mean, she wasn't off by much, but that would have gone into the ditch most places. But have a little bit of a ridge right there on the plinth, and that just was enough to save her and cut it to 1. So the crossover for the last 2 bowls. There's Nancy will be first. There's a case to be made for her to see if she can make it around and see if she can take that bowl out. That's a definite possibility. We'll put the jack in the ditch. She's trying it on the forehand here. Got a little piece of Sheila's. You can see with it definitely was positive. She wasn't messing around. She just didn't quite get it. Because if Tricia's, whoa, geez, Sheila. If Tricia's bowl goes in, then you're back to having 4 again. So let's see if Mary's going to put another second in or if she's going to try and... No, she's more on the draw. I was wondering if she'd be like having a go to try and see if she can take that shot bull out. But she might be just saying, well, I'm just going to try and get one in the area first. And that's probably 5th. Nancy's going to give it a go again, see if she can get that white bull out of here. It's on the forehands. Can see it come between those bulls. There you can see he's just missed. All right, now Mary, you're holding down 1. Don't know if she's going to go to the draw. Yeah, she looks like she's just going to try to do the same thing. She really doesn't want to lose that white bull. I mean, but to try and make any kind of improvement, you need to hit either the jack or the bull. She kind of got hit on the front bull. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be one. We'll wait for the official word here. Just one it is. So one more for Santos and Conti. A little fortunate for Tricia with that wall to cut it to one, but it is what it is, and so they were able to do it. And frankly, Sheila kind of got lucky with her first one, but her second bowl was a stunner. So it's 2-0 after 2. So in the first game, we had Steve Narmontes' wife, Joan, watching her in the first game. And then now we've got Gary Barnes watching his wife, Sheila, in the second game. Linda's going to be spared. My wife is going to get spared. But that would have been some kind of poetic justice for her to be on her live stream rink here in the third one. They're checking to see if Sheila threw the jack out. I think we'll see Tricia probably take that bat back. Yep. Because again, I think Tricia and Mary kind of like it long, and Nancy and Sheila are going to go with more of a medium short. So again, we're playing 3 14-in games of this 2-4-2 format, and we call Australian pairs. There are 14 teams here. They're going to play the top 4 places in honor of Heidi Ritner, who was a longtime member here at Long Beach, a Team USA member, and passed away a few years ago, and they have this tournament in her honor. At lunch, her brother came by, and their family's kind enough to sponsor this tournament. Gave him a big thank you and from all the ladies here. So, all right, again, we've kind of had this medium long length at sea. So, again, that's I'm sure it's going to take it into effect, this rink. See if we can Sheila can get this one to kind of turn. Nice opener. Pretty good opener there, like that. Yeah, most of the yard. Pretty good starter. Tricia went also a good opener here. Pretty solid opener by both of these ladies. Exactly what you kind of want, just a yard through. Definitely nothing short in play, of course. Sheila's kind of overcorrected here. Yeah, a couple yards short, narrow. I expect Tricia to just do something very similar here. Yeah. Again, both of the ladies kind of overcorrected. It's kind of a natural thing to do. You just want to kind of take a yard off. Again, that's why they both would have been better off just doing the same thing. And to me, if somebody just threw one a yard behind him, even that's what Mary told her, just do the same thing. And instead she made an adjustment and over-adjusted. So. It's just kind of a natural tendency, but I mean, you really got to have the skill to be able to do it. And that's not the easiest thing in the world to be able to, have the wind kind of swirling a little bit, blowing in your face, and all of a sudden you wanted to try and take a yard off a shot. Easy to take off 2 or 3. And Nancy man the mat, down 1. Looking to try and draw, gonna come on this forehand. And she's come up fairly short and narrow. And that's what you're looking for when you're down in the head. You really want to be up and through. Mary's going to follow that along, try and go the same way. Got Trish's in front that she could hit, but she's going to slide right underneath it. That's a pretty good bull there. Just a yard short, not bad. Pretty good opener. Let's see Nancy make a nice correction here. She wasted no time on the mat. I think she's added a lot to this one. And just smack into her own. Didn't really help the cause there. Trish telling her 4 feet short. Pretty good. Is she going to get... Oh, just tick that and ended up putting right next to her other. I think that was a good weight, though. That looked pretty good. She just happened to hit on Nancy. Nancy's switching over now. Go to her backhand. Oh. Wow. Don't quite know from the angle who's holding at the moment. Based on the connection that made. Really. Trisha's having a look-see. She thinks 2, the white and the gray. Okay. Well, it's a good position for them then. And a little more switching over her hands. She's going this way now. Probably those other balls are in the way, so she's trying to slide underneath here. Looks pretty good. Just wants to get the inside of that ball. She can get to it almost. Yeah, I think this is a good call. It looks pretty crowded on the forehand, so they're playing the backhand, and it's got more bend, so just trying to stay away from everything, just do a pure draw, just be nice and clean. I think she's come a little narrow, and she's going to pop that one up, unfortunately. Might be 3 now. We'll see. And that was the danger of coming that hand. You don't want to hit that. That's we want it to really be all the way around it. Again, that's what Trisha's calling for. Mary here. See if Mary can get all the way around. It looks like she might be narrow as well. Doesn't want to hit the blue one. She can hit that one out. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, that's really nice. Now they're in a lot of trouble. That was like a great result of their crossing over. I don't know if that was a plan, but it came out very good. Because the way Trisha was lined up, for like a draw all the way around, but she came across and I mean, wouldn't put it past Mary to see that and be able to just pop that and push that right on through. You got all, looks like it's 3 or 4.
When they're done here, I'll do it.
All right, here's Sheila. I don't know why. Mary was standing there. That's what I was trying to. We were having a little chat. I don't know why Mary was standing in the head. Don't usually have your opponent put a foot in for you. A little heavy by Sheila. Now I could see Mary coming in. There we go. Trying to give Trisha a target. See if Tricia could take the grass. It just doesn't want to hit that blue one. She can hit that one to be all right. Yeah, that worked out pretty nice. Don't know if that quite got in. Just a little heavy. All right, Sheila's in a fair amount of trouble here. Looks like looks like they're a few down. Just really looking for her to draw all the way around everything. She made a great shot on going this way the last time. I think she's pretty tight here. If she can hit that pile or the white and redirect in, well, just knocked that one closer. Didn't quite get the bounce she needed. They're holding gotta be holding a couple here, unless my eyes are playing tricks on me. Just looking for Tricia to just do another draw and take all the grass she needs. Get around the yellow one. Everybody seems to keep diving in underneath that. This looks like it's got plenty. Now it's Hauser weight. Just a little heavy. But that was the road. All right, now they're going to start taking them out, but this is going to be a handful, I think, for Tricia and Mary here. I'm going to start when Mary got the towel out, start the count. 3 out quickly. So Tricia and Mary with at least a 3 are going to take the lead in this match in one fell swoop. And Nancy and Sheila were living a little dangerously. You don't get bowls in the head, and then you open yourself up to a lot of trouble. And last time they went this way, Sheila was able to bail them out with her last bowl, but not this time. Four is out now. This is see if they got to the full 5 here. And we thought it might have been. It should be it. 5 it is. The full handful for Tricia and Mary. So it's 5-2 after 3. Big end there for the ladies. And a lot of it, it's amazing how a lot of it comes down to jack length. I mean, Sheila put that jack out of bounds, and then now all of a sudden you're not playing your length. Your opponent gets to pick their length, and they went longish, and that really helped them out and got away from what they wanted to do. So just a constant reminder of trying to be focused. A lot of people just kind of pitch a jack out there and they're not concentrating. I mean, it happens, and you could just to see the repercussions. We kind of saw in that first game as well, if you watched the match earlier, how it kind of changed momentum a little bit. They were just kind of riding it along, and then all of a sudden they did that, and it kind of threw everybody off a little bit, and then it favored Joan and Maureen, and then they made a furious comeback and just came up just a little short. But all right, now they're changing it up to go a little medium length here. I think they feel like they could just make it more on the drawing game, see what they can do. Mary's first one, I think she's just a little. All right, here's Nancy's first. Mary's a little short. Nancy's got a good first one here. Just a couple feet short. Yeah, a little heavy here. And Nancy, just a small correction, just add a yard, and then it'll be floating it past the bowl and just past the jack. That would be good. Looks like she switched hands, I'm not sure why. Got fortunate to hit her own. weight was pretty good. I think she would have had better serve just to stick with it and just kind of just play the same thing, but it worked for her. All right, they've crossed over, and Trisha's going to go in the backhand, kind of trying to just get another draw in here. Mary was a little loose with her too, so kind of need to get something close to the head. This is not a bad opener by Trish. Not a bad opener, Trisha. Just, you know, a yard and a half through. Good road. I think Sheila's going to stick on that same line that Trisha just played, just trying to, just a nice draw. She can afford to hit her own. Inside half of that's okay. And if it's something in the back, that's not terrible. Let's see, Trisha. Here's a good tester. You had a good draw. Just were a little heavy. Just wanted to take off a little weight. Even just taking off a yard should be enough to give her a shot. The main thing is you don't want to take off too much. That's the danger here. Yeah, she kind of took off too much. Again, it's one of the real skills in this game that you need, is to be able to take off what you need and not take off way too much. She's looking to do the similar kind of thing of taking bulls. Look at that. That's real nicely done. Needed to take some weight off, and she took off the perfect amount. And you see the difference in the layout now at the head that they're holding. All right, Trisha again. Just trying to get a Goldilocks bowl. She was too hot and too cold. Now she wants one just right. And probably had the right weight. It just was a little narrow. Having to tip that one even up. I don't know. Nancy's kind of, I would just have her do the same thing. Nancy was like trying to call for one in the back, which I don't mind. I mean, that thought, but I think you're better off just, Sheila just threw a stunner. Why would you want her to do anything different? Yeah, came a little narrow. Yeah, it kind of blocked up both hands at once. Yeah, Mary's kind of, you can see that tight little pocket of three balls there briefly with the jack, and Mary wanting her to spank it, just kind of get through that little gap there. Feed it in between the white bowl that you see just over Nancy's shoulder. See if she can get it all the way through there. Anything under that is going to be close to hitting the target. She's right there. Oh, she got the shot pull out. Just didn't get any other kind of movement, but definitely got the shot pull out and pushed it out of the side, so that was helpful for the cause. Interesting what they're trying to do here. I think Sheila's and Nancy talking about trying to play the same hand. Yep. They're going to try and do in the her backhand again, see if she can float it through here and into the spot, but it's just be a little heavy. All right, so Nancy, Sheila's still holding 2, but at least it's not 3. Trisha made a pretty good weighted shot there to get that one out. Just a little unlucky. I mean, good to get the one out, but then, you know, had a chance to maybe move things around or hit and sit, but made it much, much better. Oh, it's interesting if Mary's going to try the draw or she's just going to try and, I mean, because they got good numbers in the back. You know, right? And actually, they don't have good numbers in the back. They don't have a lot of options. So I think she's probably just going to try and just do a draw here because they don't have a lot of options. She managed to get the jack. Oh wow, look at that shot. That was the play. Is to just do a little drag, just a little controlled weight. So they didn't have it way in the back. And see the differences because Sheila's was way in the back, so she didn't want to come flying at it. So it was just that nice little kind of overweight shot of a couple yards. And she happened to hit. She could have popped up Trisha's or partners, or she could have done that where she came right on through and dragged the jack right back to her own. And managed to get a favorable little ricochet off of it and then stay with it. So that was very good execution. And then Nancy's kind of put to the test here, trying to, I think she's down at least, it's at least 2, maybe 3. She's going to come on her forehand, this wide hand, see if she can draw one in, cut it to 1, maybe get shot. It's a good effort here. Needs to come down. Trying. Yeah, that's a nice bowl. Real close. Still 1, but she's cut it to 1 now, and it's a pretty solid one. Nice bowl by Nancy. I mean, if that bowl, I think, is behind the jack, so she's probably better off just stick with the forehand and playing it around, and she can hit the inside half of that blue and sit. She's even got that gray catcher also of her own she could come around to. Just hanging it out a little wide. Maybe a little heavy. Probably just a touch heavy. Sheila's having a look, but I think she's probably still going to be 1 down. Nancy's got 1 more to go. Huh. Man, both of them see it differently. So Tricia said, oh, it's definitely 1. And Sheila says, well, it's a measure, and I favor us. So, okay. So, of course, that's going to have Nancy just draw it. She doesn't want to do much different from what she just did with their last one. It's a pretty good effort again. Another good bowl. All right, well, we're definitely getting a tape out based on what that happened. And we'll see who's right. Tricia was right. So 1 for Quan and Spieth. They'll extend their lead to 6-2 after 4 ends. Great shot there by Mary Spieth to really turn that head over. And again, it goes to show that's like it's one thing to have a great bowl, but you're better served by having several good bowls more often than not. Let's see what Tricia and Mary do with the jack here. Kind of going back to this kind of longish. At least that's where Mary was setting up. Don't think it quite got there, but pretty close. More of a, let's call it medium. Yeah, probably medium long. Tricia with a nice opener here. Yeah, very good. Just a couple feet through. Little narrow. See if Sheila can match her. It's like a pretty good opener by Sheila as well. Really nice. Just a foot and a half short, but right in line. Just a small adjustment needed by Trisha. I wouldn't even worry about the weight. I think the weight was fine. Just make sure you get your grass. Yeah, this is really good here. Nice bull there. Very. Like Sheila just